Okay, let us start. See, one student is writing, no problem. If you are hearing the voice, then hear that. If even not that also, you will refer that link later on when your network will be working, then you will get all the lessons, no problem. So, last day, as far as the fundamentals or environment related or basic things or basic philosophy behind learning Java, I have already discussed. And if you will see that most of the part of the first chapter I have discussed. I have told you also to read the book, and you may have read that and you have got about that. So, from my side I am seeing its summary, and then I will move onwards. If you have your book with you, then you can see in your book also I am reading the summary. It is telling Java is an object oriented language. Very few things about this. I simply told that what is object oriented, in what way the object oriented concept is conceived, what is the theory behind that only I told, and I told that Java is also an object oriented programming language. GUI is an acronym for graphic user interface, which is an interface that allows us to interact with various components through visual elements including picture, graphics, icons, symbols and visual indicators that you know. NetBeans IDE, about IDE I discussed. NetBeans is one of the IDE. It is a software tool used for creating GUI applications. But mind it, in your syllabus there is not any concern or not any discussion about GUI application development. If you will be interested enough, you will read extra things, then the best part of developing GUI application is to write simple mobile application. But that needs some additional studies. If you are crazy enough to learn these things, you can go through. Then IDE is an acronym for Integrated Development Environment, which is a work environment that integrates all tools necessary for application development and make them available as a part of one environment. I told you that whatever the IDE you use, the compilation, writing of program, compilation of program and running the program, all these things are done together. I told you that for all these three things, three different softwares are necessary. For example, for writing the source code, you need a text editor. For compiling the program, for compiling Java program, you need JDK, Java Development Kit. And I told you that for running the program, you need a JVM, JRE is the software for that. So, three different softwares, mota moti, you can require for running Java program. But IDE is when you are using all these things are integrated together and you can work in one environment. NetBeans is one of them. I told you last day also that I have created a pen drive with a Linux environment and NetBeans inside that. Last day I was operating that. I will make available in the market. Now computer shops are being opened. So I will available at one or two places. In the one place at the market, one who is supplying computers at our school end. Then you can go there and you can get that pen drive and you can get the working environment with you. But here, till the time when I am discussing, I will consider the core part of Java working environment, and I am not going to use any IDE. If you like, you can use. Then IDE consists of design area, inspector window, the palette and properties window. Last day I demonstrated about NetBeans IDE. RAD means Rapid Application Development Tools. The frames, dragging and dropping buttons are done using RAD tools. Since you have nothing to work with GUI application development, I did not focus on this point. Then every Java code must have the main method. This I have demonstrated and this will be in your continuous practice. So there is not to worry and to remember this point. Same is the next one also, that system.out.println method is used to print or display something on the output window. That also I demonstrated last day. Java compiler converts the Java program into bytecode with the class file, with the file of extension .class. And finally, JVM converts bytecode into a particular machine code for execution. JVM is the Java virtual machine. I told JRE is the software that works for JVM. So this was the overall discussion of the first chapter. This chapter is over, and I will confirm this to your concerned teachers. They will assign homeworks for you, formal homework like doing book exercises. So they are simple. What is Java, who developed Java, and this, they are simple things you can do without any problem. Now coming to the next part, the chapter is Java Programming Fundamentals. Now from here we are coming to work actually on Java. Whatever I was discussing till now in all the previous classes, I discussed the framework, the layout of Java. Then what actually is? It was simply, you can tell it was the introduction to Java. But now from this chapter, we are starting the practical approach of working in Java. So it is necessary to have a Java working environment on your home computers, then only you will understand properly. Before starting this, I tell you that working in a programming language particularly is sometimes a little bit complex than mathematics also. Because there may be so in mathematics you have a certain type key, this type of things are calculated and this is the method of solving that, and based on that 3-4 questions you can solve. But in computer programming you have to think and develop a new method for the given task. So particularly computer programming is really a mind exercising work. It's a kind of work for solving puzzles. When a problem is given, then on the basis of your experience, you will decide that what will be the approach to reach to the answer, to reach to the result. So the class is not sufficient. I am telling the class is not sufficient. Not for the purpose of passing the examination. Passing the examination is a simple thing. You will go through the question answers, and most of the question answers we deliver from our side just to save the time. Why to waste time in writing question answers in the class? Now think here on the board, on the panel board, if I start writing the questions and I tell you children open the copy and write the answers I am describing, this is simply a waste of time. It is good that whatever I have to narrate, whatever I have to whatever I have to give you in written, better I write in advance, or the teachers write the things in advance and give it to you, as we did last year also, that question answers we provide for you. So don't waste time in that. Apply the time for mind exercise. Apply the time for solving the question. Apply the time even to think of a new problem. You know, I always repeat this concept of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He told, working on, I am not remembering the exact words, but the meaning that working on a particular area is secondary. The primary is to dream. The primary is to think, I want this. So thinking on specific problem, okay, I have this problem. How can I do? On the basis of your experience, you will try to analyze. If it is found impossible, then you may ask your teachers, the experts, how can this be done? And you have the right to ask until it is confirmed that no, this is beyond your scope. When the things are within your scope, you have the right to know, you have the right to think on for the analysis of that problem. So I am telling these things in the beginning to show you the frame that without your effort, without the actual practical work done by you, it is not possible to adapt computer programming properly. And you can think that programming we are studying from class 1 and 2 also, 3 also, 4 also, 5 also, continuously we are studying programming, then why these things are being told right now? These things are told right now because now you have got a level of age where your thinking ability is about to explode to its peak. Suddenly you will sleep one night, and in the morning when you will rise up, you will find you have got much more intelligent. So you are at the age of rising up of your intelligence. So these things to consider so that you can use your intelligence in the right direction. So let us come two things are mainly to focus. One is the Java character set, and second is the Java alphabets, the Java tokens. You know, when you will think of any language, again the previous things I will recall which I discussed before talking. Someone is asking what is the syllabus for PT1. See, syllabus I think is already uploaded on the net. In the syllabus section you may find this, but I think these two chapters will be considered, Java fundamentals and the previous chapter. Or your teacher, concerned teacher will assure you or confirm you the exact part of the syllabus. My part is only to discuss, and this I am doing for this fact that when I take the class, then all the 5 sections can be included together. And since you are starting a new topic and since it is complex, so I have taken the advantage, or I have taken the pain to discuss the class and to take together for all of you. The rest of the things your concerned teacher will decide. Okay. So when you learn a language, for any language, first thing is to learn its, to know its character set. भाई उस लैंग्वेज का अल्फ़ाबेट्स क्या होगा. अभी हिंदी सीख रहे हैं तो हिंदी का अल्फ़ाबेट क्या है. मान लिया जाए पंजाबी सीख रहे हैं तो पंजाबी का अल्फ़ाबेट क्या है. अल्फ़ाबेट जानना है, बिकॉज इन टर्म्स ऑफ अल्फ़ाबेट्स you write the language. Writing part of the language is done with the unit of alphabets. Computer language में उसको character set कहते हैं. And in fact the same character set is available for all the computers, but just to show you the similarity with day-to-day language, it is mentioned here that character set. Why? When you are going to learn a language, it is necessary to know about the character set. So what character set is used? So here it is telling that Unicode character set is used. Java fundamentals. The interpretation in a language in written form is done using alphabets as प्राइमरी यूनिट या स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट ऐसे लिख सकते हो. हर लैंग्वेज का अपना अल्फ़ाबेट होता है. Each language has its own set of characters. अब जैसे अगर तुम ये लिखो कि तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो. आजकल व्हाट्सएप में खूब चलता है ऐसे. तो यू आर एक्सप्रेसिंग इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज, बट you are not using the character set of Hindi, but you are using the Roman alphabets, the character set of English alphabets you are using. This is not appropriate. So for Java, supported character set is named as Unicode. Let me something about this Unicode. You know, each character of the keyboard is identified actually just for explaining Unicode I am discussing these things, otherwise they have not much use. Sometimes you will use its application, at that time it will be easier for the teacher to recall कि वही यूने पढ़ा था इसके बारे में. So each character of the keyboard is identified internally in the computer by a specific numeral code. This is called ASCII. It stands for the full form American Standard Code for Information Interchange. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. This is the full form of ASCII. This is a set of 255 characters. If you remember the concept of binary numbers you have studied last year, then you know 2 to the power 8 equal to 2 to the power 4 into 2 to the power 4, 16 into 16, 256. That means 8 binary numbers if you are taking. This means that eight binary digits combination can be written in 256 different ways. Having 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 at one side and 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 at another side. So different combination of zeros and ones can be written. For our purpose, known ASCII general used ASCII characters are 48 to 57, 0 to 9. This is ASCII code and this is character. ठीक है. 48 to 57 means 48 is the ASCII code for 48 is the ASCII code for 0. Means when you are writing on the keyboard, typing on the keyboard 0, अरे भाई syllabus में why are you busy? Right now, if you are, I don't know whether you are a student of class 8 or not. If you are class 8 student, then understand the discussion right now. Syllabus and other things your class teacher will take care of. So this 48 is the ASCII code for 0. Why मेरा वीडियो बंद हो गया and I have to restart it. I will wait for 1 more minute, otherwise I will restart, then it will continue. I think the voice is going on. This problem generally I find in that situation there is only way to restart. So without wasting time, I am restarting. Message is being forwarded, voice is going on, but video is blocked. So let me restart. Code, you have to print the character 0 on the screen. You can directly use 48. Similar, today there is difficulty with net again. Interpretations were also necessary. Suppose some Chinese person comes to you and tells you that I need a software to be developed in Java. Then if Java will support Chinese language, then only you will work. Some, some Tamil Nadu person comes to you and tells that I want the computer interface in Tamil. Then if the computer will support Tamil language, then only you will do, no? Java will support that, then only you will do. Then in the continuous run of computer development, scientists include all the popular characters of the world together in computer's character set, and that character set is called Unicode. Unicode is a character set that includes that includes character set of all the languages of the world. So it uses altogether 536. So altogether it considers 65,536 characters. This includes even Hindi also and all the popular character sets of Indian languages and foreign languages, even Chinese and Urdu, Arabic, everything it supports. So in Java, messages can be. Hmm. Only thing to remember is that Unicode character is supported, and what actually is the Unicode word. Even you are writing I, then when you write I do, I work, there I is not a character, I is as a word. So even if a word is of single character, but it is considered as a word, not as a character. So similarly in Java also, the smallest meaningful unit is not told word, but it is called a token. Let me write. As in our day-to-day language, smallest meaningful unit is a word. Maybe of single character like I, A. Similarly, in Java, the smallest meaningful unit is called a token. Is called a token. Let me make my phone silent. Is called a token. Now see the book. अच्छा इसको इतना लिख लेते हैं. There are token is of 5 types. Keyword, literals, identifiers, then punctuators, and operators. जिसमें पहला है कीवर्ड. Keyword is like verb, action words. They are the commands. They are the words of Java that has some meaning. Like last day I wrote system.out.println. This is a keyword. System is a keyword. Out is a keyword. Println is a keyword. Class I used. Class is a keyword. Static word I used. Void word I used. Main word I used. The string I used. Last day I wrote. All those are keywords because they carry certain meaning in Java language. Literals, the data items with which you work. Why you are writing computer program? A computer program is written for data processing. You will get some information, you will collect, or your computer program will collect some information from the user side. You know, this is Java program. Then what is its use? It will take some data from user, make change, and then it will return to user. User uses this Java module to change its data into information. So user's data, how the user's data is identified, not identified, what kind of user data is supported. So two main numerals, digits or numbers, and alphabets, words, names. So these are called, there are other literals also, but literal is the actual data item with which the user works and computer processes, program processes. The data item is the literal. Now, for literal, there can be some, for literals, there can be used some names, you can say. Some names for the literals may be used. So name used for literals is called identifiers. Something which is used to identify literal is identifier. In our day-to-day life, in mathematics, you use it, you use this concept in the form of variables. The constant is the literal and variable is the identifier. If you write a plus b in algebra, what it means? Do you add alphabet a to b? Alphabet में mathematical operation कहां से किया जाएगा भाई? So though it is written a plus b, but in your mind you understand the contents of a and contents of b. What is assumed for a? What is assumed for b? You do addition of that. Not alphabet a and b are added. So the number which you assign in a and b are like literals. They are the constant values. They never change. And identifier are the variables because alphabets you are using to. Alphabets you are using for identifying the variable, identifying the data. So identifier is something to identify literals. So both are interrelated, literal and identifier. Finally, the punctuators. Sometimes you need comma, sometimes you need semicolons, sometimes you use curly brackets. The symbol which are used for different purposes in writing computer program at different instances, they are the punctuators, like curly bracket, square bracket, middle bracket, square bracket, round bracket, full period, underscore. They are the different punctuators. They are the different symbols used in Java programming. And finally, operators. They are the symbols that represent certain task of processing, like plus represents addition. One, you may not be, yes, you are knowing. Percent symbol you have studied in class 7, used for calculating remainder. Less than, for showing the relation of less than. So whatever the symbols are used, and the symbols which represent certain operation in the computer, certain data processing operation is represented by some symbol, then that particular symbol is called operator. So these are the 5 tokens. See your book. It is mentioned in the form of a tree. Tokens, keyword, identifier, literal, punctuator, and operator. And here you have the details of this, about keyword, about identifier, about literals, though it is given type of literals also, but I have not considered this right now. Whatever I have discussed, you keep in mind only that this is a separately discussed part. Later on I will consider literal, then punctuators, and then operators. So not to study right now in detail for all these things. Right now it is to know about the types, though variable is separately given, but I consider everything as identifier. So that's all today. I have described all these things, and I had shown the limits also of the book where I discussed. Now it is your part. After the class, as soon as possible, you will prepare the write-up for the topics which I discussed. Again, I say, children, it is essential for you to keep the things in your mind and to make you sure always, make you sure yourself always that you are knowing these things as you have written these things on the paper. If your parents are also viewing this video, then I will request your parents to insist your word for preparing write-ups of not only for the computers, but for each class that you go through. When you will make the habit of this, it will be helpful in your classroom teaching also, because as you are preparing the write-up, you are assuring yourself that you have got this lesson in your mind. So thank you, everybody. Now I'm winding up this class, and we will meet next week. Till then, I will request your class teacher also, or your teachers also, computer teachers, to assign you homeworks. But from my side, there is only one homework, that is preparing write-ups. That's it. Thank you.